What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of AoS Trash Pandas. I'm your host, something, and with me, as usual, is another something, Whitlock. How's it going?
Something.
Yep. That's what I hear.
Something to you?
Yep. Pretty good, meow. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Actually, I'm really good because I'm finally getting my ninja rats.
Yeah, I saw that immediately as you opened. It was
Yeah.
like from the cities of Sigmar from behind
Oh,
them.
baby.
Like, here's the rat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, and they showed, did you see, like, I mean, ostensibly they're talking about spearhead rules, but usually you get, like, the same rules in AoS, if not a little bit better, than you do get in spearhead. So, yeah, I mean, I thought we could take a quick look at that, and we're going to be doing a tier list. The most important tier list of the month for sure so far.
Yeah. Let it be known that this is technically a post-battle scroll tier list.
It is. That's true. Actually, that's very important. That's very important. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. And I'm not sure what the tier list is, by the way, but yeah, we'll figure it out. I've got a wheel. I've got a wheel.
I hope you have 4.
Yep. On my car, and then I've got at least I've got a wheel of names, a wheel of choices to be made. So
that's odd. That doesn't seem very structurally sound.
I know, but you know, this guy that I know had that idea for using that for this show. So
sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean that's what everyone says behind his back, but we'll keep going. You know, so.
I don't care what everyone says about you. I think you're great. Yeah.
Yeah, about him. Yeah. Yeah. I always talk about myself in the third person. So that is who I was referring to. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so we did get to see some cool. Did you see this? Did you see the little rules?
No, I haven't had a chance to really take a look yet.
I did not, full disclosure, I did not read the cities thing at all. I literally only read the Skaven stuff and then I moved on. But it's so the Krixic, the named Deathmaster, he has a rule. It's pick a friendly. Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at something else. Basically, so step through shadows. The cloaked in shadow. Oh wait. Sorry, I think this is for the whole faction. Where you, on a 3-up, you can teleport to an existing combat anywhere on the board. Right? But they said something earlier. I could have sworn that it was... Maybe I'm wrong, though. Sorry. I read it in a hurry. I had work to do. But yeah, the Cloaked in Shadow ability, I believe, is the faction ability that you can choose from. But that sounds pretty cool though. Pick a friendly hero to use this ability, then pick a different friendly unit that has 2 or more models to be the target. Friendly unit. Make a shadow travel roll on a d6 on a 3-up. Remove the hero using this ability from the battlefield and set them up again wholly within 6 inches of the target. They can be set up in combat with enemy units that are already in combat, which is pretty fun. So I'm hoping that there's something like that. And then Krixit has 13 attacks doing crit mortal. I'm assuming it's damage 2. I'm assuming it's not damage 1. Because
that would be crazy for a foot hero to have a 13 damage 2 attacks by himself.
But he's an assassin, you know?
I have doubts about that.
But then it's so lame though, if that's the case, right? Because you're going to roll what on average 2? You know what I mean? So you're getting an average of 2 mortal wounds. I mean, unless there's a way to add +1 to his damage characteristic or something like that. You know what I mean? By doing something like marking someone or I don't know, whatever. But I mean, I realize that 13 attacks is very
insane.
but it's also their number
on in damage.
It depends on what they are. If they're hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s, and then he's got crit damage, 1, then it's kind of it's not that impressive. You know what I mean? But like, what's
All right, we're betting
Eltharion?
another bottle of whiskey.
What's
We're
that?
betting another
No, we're not. We're
damage
not.
1.
No, you tricked me for the last time.
Yeah.
But
Eltharion 7 total attacks at damage 3. So
damage
this actually
3.
has a
Damn.
higher. If that was damage 2, not
No,
factoring in crit
wait,
2 hits.
he has 7 attacks at damage 3. That'd
Yeah.
be 21 possible damage. Oh, I see. You're saying on perfect, it'd be 26 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he's 3s and 3s or 3s and 2s, that's way better than like 4s and 3s. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be Skaven Batman. He's supposed to be freaking awesome. So like, and we don't know how many points he is. He's got a super big base too. So who knows? I want him to be scary though, you know? And they said that the old Deathmaster's keeping his ability of 1 through 4 always fails. So that's kind of fun. But yeah. Sorry, I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Master Splinter Spearhead, exactly. Most of the rules are Spearhead specific. They are, but like usually they carry over to main AoS. So there should be something, right? 13 attacks, 4 to hit, force to hit, force to wound, -1 rend, damage 1. Man, I hope not. That'd be so lame. He should at least be hitting on 3s. He's like a master assassin. His war scroll is not out. This is just Spearhead. Yeah. We'll be releasing a part of the battle tome sub. Yeah, hopefully there's... That would be cool if there was like an Iron Jaws style supplement, but I doubt it because there's only 3 units in this box. Or 4 if you include the Deathmaster, which has been around forever. But yeah. And then there's 2 different things you can do here. You can go like pick a friendly unit wholly within 6 inches of the battlefield, remove the target from the battlefield and set it up again wholly within 3 inches of the battlefield and more than 6 inches for all enemy units. So like if anything like that kind of carries over, then that's going to be really good for grabbing objectives and just, you know, going around and doing stuff, getting scouting, that kind of thing. And then there's a strike first thing here as well. But yeah, did you want to look at the Cities of Sigmar, or are you just like raring to go for some tier list stuff?
I'll
leave it up to
There's
you.
a lot for the Cities of Sigmar stuff, so we can look. It's just like 2 things.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So it says once per turn, army reaction, you declared a fight ability for your general or a friendly non-hero unit wholly within 12 inches of your general. This unit, the unit using that fight ability, or used by the unit using that fight ability. What a weird way of saying that. Immediately after that fight ability has been resolved, pick a point on the battlefield within 6 inches of your general, remove the unit using this ability from the battlefield and set it up again wholly within 1 inch of that point and not in combat. So that's kind of interesting. Like on a spearhead board, I don't think this will be as useful because like it's such a small board. You know what I mean? And it's within 6 inches of the center. So you're probably going to go back from the center. And like, it's like you probably could have ran over there and done that anyway. But if there's anything like this in main AoS, that is OD. That is really good. So yeah.
I mean, even in Spearhead, this is effectively saying like charge in and fight and then leave before getting hit back.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. But like, if the enemy, but can you, and not in combat is kind of where I was kind of going. Like, well, if you know if your enemy has units kind of in the center of the board, it's pretty easy to screen them out, essentially. Although if you're 6 inches back, and then you have to be outside of 3 inches, that's effectively, I don't know. I think that's pretty easy to screen out. But yeah, it's not as bad as when I first read it. You know what I mean?
I think it's really good, actually. It's like
Yeah,
you
that's
charge
fair.
in with one
Yeah.
unit, and then they fight, and then they just leave and don't get hit back at all.
But they can only be set up again in the middle of the battlefield, though, right?
No, it's pick a point on the battlefield within 6 inches of your general, and then set it up fully within an inch of that point in non-combat.
Yeah. So, like, if the other people have, like, an enemy unit in the middle of the battlefield, then you've got nowhere to set up that unit that fought, right?
It's nowhere near the. I don't think the middle of the battlefield is mentioned in this at all, is it?
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm sorry. I just misread it. I read it as pick a point within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield. Yeah, no, that's totally different. Even in Spearhead,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, that's amazing. Never mind. Yeah, that's really good. Like, arguably, actually, that's probably better than the Skaven one of just teleporting somewhere nearby because it has to be a hero, right?
Also in the movement phase, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow. Huh. So immediately after that fight, so isn't that Strike and Fade then too?
Kind like
After
old
the-
Strike and Fade, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. There's no conditions. It's just like fight and then leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's insane. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. pretty good. And then we've also got Hot Blooded. Your general can use charge abilities even if they used a run or retreat ability in the same phase, and no mortal damage is inflicted on them on retreat. I mean, that's really good too, actually. Cheese and crackers. Yeah. And then
Ninja rats being tricky and sneaky and stuff. No.
yeah.
Humans with full suits of armor on. 100%.
Yeah, totally. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that they'll be cool, but we'll see. Did they actually say that, like, when we're gonna get War Scrolls for these guys for AoS, for main AoS?
I don't think they did.
Like-
But I would assume it's like pretty close to when it releases. That's
Right.
usually
Right.
when it happens.
I mean, honestly, I don't even care. Like, these are the models I've wanted for so long that I'm just like, I'm gonna paint them no matter what, and I'm gonna find a way to use them. And like, even if like you can't really fix a bad War Scroll to a certain extent with points adjustments, but like they'll get there eventually. You know what I mean? And it's probably going to take me a wicked long time to paint them anyway. So I'm not worried at all. I'm just super happy for the models. Models are forever. Rules are temporary. So whatever, you know, as long as they don't kill Crixik in the, whatever it is, in the last world. Is that what it was called? I can't even remember. It hasn't been that long, but for some reason I
The
can't
Lost
remember.
World.
The Lost World. Right. Right. They might not find it. Yeah.
Gone.
It's true. Show off cool mini gives poo rules after pre-orders are done. I mean, that's possible. That's possible. We'll see. I'm hopeful. Like the Night Runners have been actually classically very useful since like 3rd edition, because just Vanguard movement and that kind of thing. But it states they are releasing a Battletome supplement for. Oh, does it? What? That's crazy. Do I have to pay for it? When does it come out?
No, I think it'll be like a Warhammer community thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not like the Iron Jaws thing.
Did you have to pay for the rules for the Iron Jaws thing?
I think so. I mean, I know there was like some kind of physical thing you could get.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like I didn't have Iron Jaws back then. I didn't collect them until they got like the Battle Force box at Christmas. So I don't remember. But cool. Okay. Battletome supplements are usually free. Okay. I don't remember about the Iron Jaws one. I guess I was just like misremembering it entirely. That's cool though, because like then we'll hopefully get like a sub faction and like some, you know, heroic traits and some artifacts or something cool. Theoretically, fingers crossed. I don't know. Like I am getting the urge though to make an army of Eshin. You know, if we had like just a couple more things, you know, I would be very, very tempted. Most of them are for units going to Legends. Interesting. Okay. Are we done? Are we going to move on to a tier list yet to be
I
decided?
think we shall.
Okay. So before the show, I got rid of like the old, like the one that we did last time. Did we, or did the wasn't, I wasn't sure about though, was hats and crests. Did we do that?
Nope, we haven't
No.
done that
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
We did banners, but yeah.
So what's on here right now, that's what it was. Well, I knew that that was there, but I thought we did something else related. I think what it was we got hats and crests, and then the chat voted to re-roll. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to get you guys to vote again, but first we need to fill it up with enough categories, okay? So right now we have best worst smell, smash or pass, best lore, refresh urgency, hats and crests, who you invite to a barbecue, best vibe at a cookout. Okay. Now, we've gotten, I think we did get hats and crests or whatever. And I think we did get refresh urgency in the thing, and then it was voted to reroll. Okay. Do we want to make a rule where if the chat is like, nah, that we just kind of erase that, at least temporarily? Or should we just keep it on there because we don't have anything else?
Why don't we do that starting now? Just because.
So from
the
here
chat
on,
wasn't aware of the repercussions of their video.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's actually a great point. Okay, so okay, we're gonna. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we got 6 on here. Do we want to add more?
What was the one that you said in?
So
DMs
someone in the comment section, and I love when people do this. They were like, "When are we gonna get another tier list?" And I was like, "Probably this week." I didn't say that. I just thought it. And then they were like, "What about best buns in the Warhammer universe? You know, ranking anywhere from, I think I'm paraphrasing their comment, anywhere from Sigvald down to whatever." They said something else that was clearly supposed to be bad. Yeah. So I think, so yeah, do we want to do best buns?
Let's do it. 'Cause
Okay.
I think there's nuance there as opposed to smash or pass, because someone might have really good buns, but
You want to
just can't deal with it.
Or you can't deal with it. Yeah. Like anything Nurgle. Okay. So best buns is on there.
Yep. Sean suggests best or worst blunt rotation.
Blunt? Like okay.
passing
Yeah.
around yeah.
Like what? Best faction to get high with? Is that like the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
What's like the most concise way of putting that?
I think best faction to get high with. That makes sense.
Okay. I was trying to best party faction. No, I guess okay. Best to get high with. Okay. And then so wait, that how many we got? Is that 7 or 8? I think that's 8.
It's 8. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then what do we got? We should get one. Or we did get one from the chat. Thank you, Sean. New rats, Eli. Let's go damage to attacks. One can hope. Exactly. Best faction to be roommates with. I like that a lot, but I'm just gonna we gotta make sure it passes the whatever test, right? Is that too close to the best one to have at a cookout?
No, because I think
there is like I agree. Okay, I just want to say I agree because like there's the nuance of like, you know, like are they going to eat your stuff in the fridge? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like are they going to pay their rent on time? Right? Yeah. Okay. So best roommates.
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. So all the ones I said before, plus best buns, best to get high with, and best roommates. Okay, can we all agree on that? Is there anything that people want to throw in there real quick before I spin the wheel? I know we're supposed to only have 9, but like maybe I'll take one of mine out that I don't think is that good or something like that. I like everything we got so far. I'll give you guys 10 seconds, and is there anything else that we want to like rules wise we want to add to this or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
we'll get the topic and then we'll discuss it, make the tiers, and And
Okay.
then come to a final
I like it.
truth.
Okay, the final truth. Okay. Okay, I'm going to spin it. And so FYI chat, you can vote against it, but that will mean that it gets kicked out into. And by the way, it's not smash or pass. That was your rephrasing. It's like basically like it's a tier list of best lay. You know, who you want to get it on with.
Yeah.
You know, best. Yeah, exactly, Scotty. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, although that is kind of a nuance too. He gave it best smash friend or buddy or whatever. There is a nuance to that as well, but maybe we'll do the best lay first if we ever get to that. And that one cannot be. So this whole thing was actually kind of what's the word, like inspired by a video I saw of Shane Gillis and what's his name, Matt. I forget his last name, but his like podcast partner, and they were like talking about like the cartoons that they wanted to smash growing up, and it's just the craziest conversation. So like this whole idea of tier lists that are stupid is kind of okay. Didn't get anything else. I'm spinning that wheel. You guys can vote against it, but that will mean kicking it into the nether unless it's something that like I'm like no. Okay, so. Refresh urgency. Do you want to see a tier list? And this tier list does kind of write itself to a certain extent. I don't want to vote. I don't want to influence the voters here, but I feel like that's maybe why we kind of got it. And it won't include anything that's a rumor. Okay? Veto, refresh, urgency. So yes, so if you vote yes, that means we're going to kick it into the ether, never to be seen unless we start running out of ideas really badly. Okay?
Which happens a lot.
Which does. Yeah, that's why we go to the chat. But honestly, though, I'm so glad we did. Because, like, I was thinking, like, this would be kind of semi-serious. Like, my first idea was the best lay in the Mortal Realms. But then I was thinking, like, well, we should probably have mostly serious ones on there. Because it's mostly going to be a serious discussion, and then like we did the flags thing, and it was so insane. So yeah, we got 5 votes. What's it looking like?
Votes.
6 votes.
6
okay.
votes and it's tied.
It's damn it, people. I mean, to be fair though, this is like a big deal because we've made the new rule that if they vote to get rid of it. It's kicked into the meat dimension or somewhere. Like
no, we ain't having it here.
You know, you're not even having it there. So it's like kicked into like the Skaven,
skeet
like
dimension.
Yeah, the skeet. I was gonna say the Skaven like in between realm. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of trash in that place. You know.
Yeah,
it's
probably why they keep leaving it.
Exactly.
Stuff.
Yeah, pack rats. You know. So, okay, we need one more vote, people. Or Carson's going to be the deciding vote. Yeah.
Yep. Did you? This is just purely between you and I on very live.
Yeah.
A very live broadcast. But did you message Arthur or someone to pre-order that Spearhead box?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
I'm getting 2.
Okay. Fair.
I'm getting 2, even though there's a named character in there. And I have 2 or 3 copies of the Deathmaster on foot that comes in that box. But I was just like, nope, 2. I need 2. I want it, you know. Even if that named Deathmaster Crixet is like only has 1 build, I still need 2 of him. He's that cool. So. And they're always good value at the end of the day. Like it seems like the Night Runners are going to be like on 25s or maybe 28s or something like that, and they come in 10s, and then the Gutter Runners come in 5s, and the bases look slightly bigger, so they're either on 28s or 32s compared to the other ones. So I'm kind of going like, you know what I mean? Like, what are they like? Box of Night Runners going to be like $70. You know what I mean? And then it'd probably be at like 5 gutter runners is probably going to be like about $70 Canadian. So that's like $140. So like and then you get the the Deathmaster and you get Crixit. So unless it's like 200 and unless it's like a $300 box, it's just probably going to be a good deal. Is what I'm thinking.
I think I saw somewhere online it's like 265 Canadian or something.
But still, that's still a really good deal for how many units you're getting in there. I don't think that the gutter runners are going to come in a box of 10 when they come out, like Barrow Guard. So refresh urgency. Wait, so veto. So no was the final vote. What up, Ludivicus? Okay, we're doing this. The people have voted. So it gets removed. And then we go to the tier list.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep.
So is S the most in need? Or is that... Okay.
Yeah.
So what should S be called then? Should just be called mostly resin or something like you know what I mean? How much resin is in this freaking, or how old is it, or how ugly is it? What can we do with this?
Maybe senile models.
Senile. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Senile models. Okay.
Then A tier would be
absent-minded. I don't know. Are we going with this whole What do we think?
aged. You could just say
Aged. Yeah, I like that. Aged. And then B, better models out there.
Yeah, better models out there. Yeah.
Oops. Nope.
And then C is just crispy.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah. Whoops. I typoed. Okay.
And then B can be de brand new.
It's talking in orc. Okay.
Yeah. Or dare brand new, I guess, if you want to talk to an orc.
New. Okay. You're really good at coming up with these names.
Thank you.
Sure. Not as good as your grammar and speaking in real life, but the names are very good. I appreciate you. Okay. On that note, should we just start with orcs for some reason?
Sure.
This might be a faster tier list, but it might be down to I don't know. There is some interesting things in here because you've got factions like FEC and cities that are a mix. You know what I mean? So I think this might be interesting. So orcs. First, we'll go with Ironjaws.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. So
Ironjaws have many old models left?
I don't think so. I think the oldest models are like the stuff that came out in early AoS, what are they called? The pigs, early pigs, and that first battle tome. But I don't know, some of those old models, like the prophet or the shaman rather, is holy crap, does he hold up? The only thing that's not perfect, I think, with those models is that they're just some of them are not as easily put together. You know what I mean? Some of the old instructions are maybe not as good and that kind of thing. Brutes are kind of a pain in the butt because they all have this cage thing that goes on the front that sticks out in front of their neck. So it's do I, make some kind of contraption to make this sub-assembly easier, or do I just paint them like they are, which is a pain in the ass. So, I mean, I think they pretty almost obviously go in crispy. They're not all brand new, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, probably near the top of crispy.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
not.
Well, like I think Cruel Boys have to go higher. Should we do Cruel
I
Boys
think,
next?
yeah. I think Cruel Boys honestly is a pretty easy dare brand new, just because there
Oh,
wasn't a single
interesting.
Cruel Boy model until third edition,
That's true.
right?
Yeah. Well, but they were the start of third edition though. So that's like if once fifth edition comes out, that's like halfway through Age of Sigmar, arguably.
I think there's very few things that are newer. Just thinking about like the rest of the game, right?
So Skaven is like now all brand new.
Aren't there old, like you still have the Warp Lightning cannon, you still
Oh,
have
that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's older than the oldest
and the
Cruel
Doom
Boys.
Wheel.
Yeah,
and
that's
the-
true. Yeah, there is stuff left over from 8th edition. That's a
Yeah.
good point. Or 7th edition, probably, some of it. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh, but it still came out like what? Like 5, 6 years ago.
I think the only faction that's going to be, I mean, again, this is spoiling it, but the only faction that'll probably be even more new than Cruel
Yeah.
Boys is Hellsmiths,
Right.
like purely, right?
So we'll put Hellsmiths on there because everything is brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can't get newer than that.
Yeah, so they're at the top of well,
Or technically at the bottom, but yeah.
yeah, like it's like how do we want to think about this? Cuz like Skaven is almost entirely new. It's like 90% brand new, like a year old, right? And Cruel Boys is like 100% but like 4 years old or 5 years old almost now, right? So
Okay, so let's answer
and
that
let's get
question.
some feedback from the chat on this, okay? You and I will talk about it. I'm not looking at the chat yet. I want to know what they say, but I'm not going to look at the chat yet, okay? What do
There's
you
a
think
couple-
we should do?
There's a couple things to consider. Like there's that, which is you're kind of like judging the relative age of everything.
Yeah.
There's
There's
and if
also
we go
does it
back-
hold up?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and like, do we think that it needs to like have another go at it? kind of
Yeah, yeah.
But the other thing too is it just refreshes or is it range expansions too that are urgent?
Right. Oh, that's a good point.
Because Hellsmiths would then get bumped up a bit if they're. I think we should probably just do refreshes. Like
Just do
is what you have adequate
right.
at this time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's a good point. So Hellsmiths should be like, I think we agree that Hellsmiths should be Hellsmith, and I think Skaven should be, because they've gotten literally everything that they could possibly get that you could arguably even, oh no, but there are plague monks and pestilence. Okay. So, man. So yeah, well, how about like, it's like percentage, like how, yeah, I mean, it's basically, that's what we're talking about though, right? Like how badly do they need it? So a Skaven would probably go in crispy. I mean, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. I think we're on the same page, but I'm going to go to the chat and just read it super quick. The Gunner Runner and the Night Runners are a dual kit. I don't think so. Where did you hear that, Miss Chaotica? I don't think so. Because there's enough. Anyway, let's saying that there will be more info tomorrow on the Eshin supplement. Sick. That's super good to hear. Don't forget to lick that like button and tickle the sub. I love it. Kenrick's so much better in the chat at promoting this than we are in our own podcast. Their mind should be geriatric. Okay. I missed the preliminary ramble discussion where Carson. No, you did not. So there will be a box of 10 that could make either. It says in the Warcom article? What? Okay. Carson, I need to.
Comprehension is not part of this podcast.
It's definitely not when we're live, especially. Man, that sucks though. It didn't look like they are. So basically you're getting like 2 kits, essentially, hey? Yeah. Oh man, that's too bad. Whatever. I guess it means that you can build whatever you want then out of them. Okay. 100% should be 90% if they hold up similarly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Well, let's keep going then.
Yeah.
Hellsmiths don't need anything. They just came out. Giving them a supplement would be weird. It's kind of like what they did with Cathay when they got like a brand new army and they're like, here's a range, here's a supplement, a huge supplement to your army, even though like you probably haven't finished painting what you've got. So yeah, I think Hellsmiths falls under that category, as does anyway. Cruel Boys, I kind of want to put them in Crispy.
What is newer than them though? Like,
that's not my point though. Sorry, not range refresh, but they're in need of a supplement, I would say.
I thought we said that it was only refreshes though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then so IDK is all brand new?
No, because they're pretty old. Or not that old, but like
they are AoS 1.
Yeah.
But are very end of AoS 1, so early AoS 2. But they need more models. You know what I mean?
Okay, then we have to determine, are we doing just refresh or supplement as well?
I think so. Here's my argument for supplement as well. It's just that it's more interesting.
Sure.
There's something to debate about it, whereas it's okay, we'll just we can it's almost like a math problem. If we just do refresh, it's obviously, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's there's one faction in particular that's obviously going to get a huge range refresh, almost entirely refreshed, hopefully pretty soon. And it's just kind of well, we can just almost do the math on it. You know what I mean? So we can, does that make sense to people? You know what I mean?
I think that's fine. As long as we're consistent, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
So going back to Iron Jaws, do you
Yes.
think that they both are crispy in the sense that they need, or say they're fine how they are, and they're basically their models aren't super old, as well as they don't really need an extra supplement?
I think they might need one eventually, but they just got a huge one. So that kind of bumps them towards the crispy, in my opinion. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think they're fine where they are, right?
Yeah.
But I think when when Cruel Boys get their next book, or if they got an Eshin style thing, I think that would be great. So I would want to put them in crispy, personally. But
yeah, I think with the supplement thing, Cruel Boys should be in crispy. Yeah.
Right.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
and then probably technically, I guess, below Iron Jaws in the sense that they need it.
Right.
Or no, above Iron Jaws in that they need it more.
Oh, they need it more. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, so Hellsmiths should be at the very bottom of their brand new then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think at this point it would be weird if they got something.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
It's like 6 months.
Or maybe I could see them getting a hero commemorative, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a new war scroll or a what do you call it? A refresh of a model that has a war scroll.
Yep.
Okay. So what should we do? Should we stick in destruction?
Yeah, let's stay in destruction.
How about Gits?
So Gits,
I'm just putting them better models out there. I'm just going to put them in the middle mostly, and then we can move them up or down. I feel like Gits need less models almost.
Yeah, I think Gits is interesting because I think that as far as the model range goes, as far as supplements go, they're doing fine. They have lots of options. In fact, maybe too many, like you said.
Yeah, maybe.
But some of their models are quite dated.
And
Shooters
even
and Stabbas are.
Oh yeah, Shooters and Stabbers are literally from 7th edition Warhammer Fantasy Battles, and the Spiders are Yeah. Like the spiders still come with the square bases from Warhammer Fantasy Battles that have like a texture on them. That's pretty crazy. They're cool models though. Like I think they actually hold up like pretty well. And I don't want the spiders to go away. But like they keep coming out with Git supplements though. You know what I mean? Like they keep getting supplements. And so it's like, I don't know, like, so like,
I think B is actually the right spot for them.
Interesting.
Split the difference.
Yeah, I can
like,
see that.
They have plenty model range,
right?
But they have some dated models that need to be refreshed.
But I could also see them being in crispy because it's like there could be an argument that they don't need new or refresh. They need to like have a cull. Like some people could argue that because there's so many things in the book. Obviously not as much as like Stormcast or Slaves to Darkness when they had all those crazy war bands from Warcry. But it's still like a huge, but they're also like kind of like a mixture army. You know what I mean? Like an eclectic army where you've got trolls and squigs and goblins. And now you've got, you had spiders before as well. And now we've also got like the Sun Frazzlegit faction as well. So,
yeah,
but
I guess a good way to like epitomize this tier list is like, how badly is someone asking for more?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
More.
And
yeah.
More it could be like replacing what you have, or more could be expanding.
Right.
And I feel like I've never heard a Gits player
say more.
Say that.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, to your point though, like I could see a Gits player saying, no, just refresh the goblins and the spiders. So like maybe you're right. Is B the right spot for them?
I think either like lower B or upper C.
Or upper C.
Thing. Yeah.
You shut your mouth, Rob. Don't bring that call on me.
We can reevaluate later too.
Like, that's true.
At the end.
So,
but I think
like
somewhere in there makes sense. It's like
I totally agree. I'll put them at the top of crispy, and I want Ludivicus, having heard all of what I said, he's very fair. I want his opinion. Where does he think they should be? Having heard everything we just said. Okay, now we're going on to Sons of Behemoth.
Sons of Behemoth is interesting because it's 2 kits.
I know. It's 2 kits now. Not even 3.
I think Sons of Behemoth could be... I'm feeling it's like the same argument as Gits, but like 1 higher, essentially.
Right.
Where,
yeah.
Actually, that's not true because people are asking for a refresh of the Man Crusher kit.
Yeah.
And they're asking for more options.
Yeah.
So maybe they should be like aged. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird. But the Man Crushers are super old. Like 100%. They're not even the tip end of fantasy. You know what I mean? Like that model kit is so old. So yeah, I think that's the right call. That's kind of where I wanted to put them too. Fell Waters are old too. Yeah, don't remind me. My faction is perfect. We need nothing. I would like less new stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, we'll get to that. I know what your faction is, don't I? What up, Jason? Beautiful painting of your Nurgle faction-y models. Okay, what else do we have in destruction? Ogres, and is there anything else? I want to save them for last of destruction.
I think that's it for.
Okay, so this is the absolute top of. Like, there's no argument, right?
Yeah,
they're the only faction with a lot of resin left.
Yeah, I think they're the only faction with any resin left.
I think that's true.
And there's a lot, like Butcher, Slaughtermaster,
Yetis,
Icebrow Hunter, Yetis, Man-Eaters.
Yep.
Saber. Yeah, Sabertooth the cats. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? Is the Slaughtermaster different than the Butcher?
He is. Yeah,
Oh, you got that already?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Did I
know.
say fire belly as well? Either way, there's a bunch. Like
Yeah. I think there's at least 6 or 7,
yeah,
which is
and
crazy.
all of the kits are basically like the same dude with different arms and head.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
badly,
it
badly need a refresh.
it's now that Skaven is whatever is gotten their refresh, a huge refresh, and after they literally cut out Beasts of Chaos. Like Beasts of Chaos is the only other faction that could have held a candle to ogres, and they just cut them out of the game, right? So easily number one. And I'm super excited about what they're gonna do with ogres. Like I hope they make them interesting. Like they're in fantasy, they were the faction that like they're very interesting for Warhammer Fantasy battles, but when they bring them into Age of Sigmar, I feel like they could do, more. Like like Cruel Boys, for example, they're not really that different than an orc. You know what I mean? They've got like some swamp kind of lore. You know what I mean? But like, they're not. I'm hoping they're just a little bit more creative than they were with Cruel Boys. And I like Cruel Boys. I've got a whole Cruel Boys army. It's painted. Where we have Gits is probably fine, but I'd personally have probably put it in the bottom of one step higher. Yeah, I think that's right though. I think your initial reaction to it was right. What do you have to say, Carson, Mr. Ogres?
I would be surprised if there's one that knocks this out of top of S tier.
Yeah, there can't be.
Yeah.
I don't think there is an argument. No. Like, there's going to be like one of those Obi-Wan Kenobi moments probably where it's like from a certain point of view, but there's nothing. The whole faction, like honestly, there is the only models that like 100% don't need a refresh are the Gorgers, the Icebrow Hunter. Is that it?
No. The Bloodpelt Hunter.
The Bloodpelt Hunter,
Gorgers, and the Tyrant.
Oh, the
But
Tyrant.
The rumor is that he's getting refreshed.
He's getting one anyway, right? So
yeah.
like, yeah, that's it though. Oh, and the terrain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I got nothing, sport. Like this is crazy. This one needs it so bad. Like yeah, there's resin models. Like we don't need to say anything more. But yeah, if there's anything you want to add.
Nope. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Yep. Sweet. Should we go to the next least populous faction in Death?
Let's do it.
Okay. So Flesh Eater Courts is the furthest one on my thing here. Yep. They're weird.
It is weird because you have some, even I think for most walks of the army, you have new stuff and old stuff.
You've got brand new stuff, and then you've got half like quite old stuff, to the point where you've got stuff in the army that a lot of people probably don't even realize. You've got Crypt Flayers, and you've got Crypt Flayers and Crypt Horrors. Crypt Flayers they're not even a unit. That's just them like doing like a custom build thing on it. Because before they were Vargeists and whatever they were called, Crypt Horrors or something like that, right? And they basically just, when you mix the Crypt Horror kit with the Vargeist kit and give them wings, they become Crypt Flayers, right? So like, that's weird, right? You don't have, you also, like, there's no Abhorrent Ghoul King on foot. You have to take him out of the Terrorgeist kit. There was the commemorative Deuter on his like throne or whatever, but yes, you have to like it's like the plague priest for Skaven. You have to like take that thing out, or the old blood on foot for the Carnosaur kit. Like you can't just buy that on foot. So that's pretty old. You got a lot of old stuff. Terrorgeist, Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon, which was culled from the Soulblight range, right? What else? There's definitely more.
Just regular ghouls? Or...
Yeah, and the courtiers. Yeah, the ghouls, the courtier. The ghouls, like, it's another weird sort of holdover from fantasy battles where like you've got one guy in there that can be made into like the little hero guy, and you kind of have to make him because of the fact that the kit is so freaking old. I don't know. Like it
Why don't we go through the new kits just to see like
yeah, no, that I agree.
You've got Crypt Guard, Morbeg Knights, the Vargolf Courtier.
Yeah.
The throne is
wait,
not
wait.
really
The Vargol. Oh, the Vargol Courtier. Yeah, sorry. It's not the Courtier anymore. He's a beast.
Oh,
but yeah, he was a Vargolf Courtier when he first came out. So I was thinking of the
Royal Beast Flayers.
Royal Beast Flayers. Yeah, that's
Boucheron.
Yeah.
And then Royal Decapitator.
Yeah, Gore Warden.
Gormain.
Yep, Gormain. Yep.
Is the Abordant Cardinal is new? I think.
Yep, he's
Gore
brand
Warden,
new.
You said
yep.
Merrill Scroll Hero. So there's a lot of
and
really
the guy,
new
the guy
heroes.
with the bats. Oh, and some of them were like foot heroes for like little updates and whatnot. Yeah, they got a lot of that.
I think, as far as like supplement goes, I don't know that FEC needs like a supplement.
Definitely don't need a supplement at this point. I would argue that they do need a new. They need a new Terrorgeist zombie dragon kit so that it can be retired into the old world. Like I see that coming, and they need a new one because I don't, like if they cull it, then everyone's pissed, including me. Don't put it on a 160 millimeter base though, for God's sake. And they do need a new Crypt Flayer / Crypt Horror kit, I would argue. And they kind of need like a separate hero for both of them too, if they're going to keep on that. You know what I mean? So there's like a few things that they need, but it's not dire. But so my argument is that they go in aged.
Yeah, I think it's bottom of aged.
I think bottom of aged is right. Or like so far, bottom of aged. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Death. Night Haunt is the next one I see.
Night Haunt is mostly all Age of Sigmar. There's a couple things like I think the Black Coach is not right.
Nope, the Black Coach is brand new. With the release. I got it from my son when it came out. Their Hex Wraiths are old. Well, let's see.
Is Nagash from Fantasy?
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's for the end times. So basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Hex Wraiths is the only like non-war or AoS kit then, because Nagash is like a everyone all death armor kit.
Yep, that's true. Although like I kind of foresee a new kit coming for him.
Nagash?
I think he might get a new kit. This is me. This is a pretty wild swing. You know what I mean? Like I'm going for the I'm really going for the homer there, but like I think he's going to get a new kit for I don't know, something I've got like something in my intuition, but I'm just going to take a quick look. I think they got rid of everything that was so like most of this is from the start of 2nd edition. Everything I'm seeing so far is from, except obviously the Hex Wraiths. Oh, and Spirit Hosts. Spirit Hosts are also from the old world. And the Knight of Shrouds on foot is from Malign Portents, which was the very end of 1st edition. So it's about the same age as IDK, just for context. So
I think looks-wise, Night Haunt's in a very good spot.
Yeah,
like, it all looks great.
I'd say that they're at the top of crispy.
Yeah, because like, yeah, I think I agree with that. Like, they're getting a little bit old, and like maybe you could have like a couple new kits or something, and please no more variations on infantry. But
God dang, yeah, exactly. Yeah, give us like Mournfang packs and Mournfang Haunters. Oh man, like a unit of 3 Mournfangs and then like a giant Mournfang Haunter. They need monsters is what they need. But dear God, they do. Yeah, you're right. They don't need any more infantry ever again. I'm not even kidding. And something I wanted to point out too is Night Haunt. What do you call it? The look of Night Haunt is they're one of the most popular factions for design. So I think that kind of plays into it a little bit too. But I'd be interested what you think about that.
Yeah, they do a surprisingly good job of like differentiating the infantry.
Yeah.
I would say,
No, totally.
like it's assuming the models aren't broken, which they frequently are.
That's
You
true.
can usually tell like what's a Bladegeist Revenant versus a Grimghast Reaper versus a Harridan versus a So that's
super
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
But
But,
I
like,
think Top of Crispy makes sense.
Top of Crispy, because like what they could do is they could like refresh Hex Wraiths in the next battle tome. You know what I mean? And add like 1 or 2 units. So it's like, but like I think most people who play Nighthaunt are just like, we just need more variety, but we definitely don't need anything more. You know, like they could almost retire Hex Wraiths and not even do them again. Just do like Mournfang Haunters instead of them. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know. Nighthaunt Ghost Dragon? God dang, that sounds rad. Thanks for giving me the thing I didn't know I wanted, Scotty. Ghouls sort of suffer from the same thing as the lesser demons. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The nice thing about ghouls, I will say, though, is they're very fast to paint. Like, you can knock those SOBs out real quick. Way faster than clan rats. They better not make skinny ogres. Carson completely disagrees, but that's, what's great.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you told me that in my dream, like 3 weeks ago. You said that to me in my dream. And so,
I guess I can't argue with that.
Yeah, you can't. We made that. That's a rule of this podcast. Anyway, I'm glad we agreed at least on the Nighthaunt thing. Soulblight is the next one on here.
Is it? I thought it was OBR.
Oh, did I skip over them? I meant on my little thing here. Oh yeah,
gotcha,
you're right. Yeah. OBR is definitely before them alphabetically. OBR, I mean, no.
They're in a good spot.
Yeah.
There's only a couple kits that are like older for them, which are the Morghasts. And
right. Yeah, I forgot about them. And Arcan.
Arcan?
Yeah, but he's from the End Times. I think they're both from the End Times.
Yeah, like everything still holds up really well.
And they just got a huge like refresh. So actually, I kind of want to put them in brand new.
Yeah, I think so.
Lower down, obviously, or sorry, higher up than Hellsmiths.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because the argument is that Cruel Boys is all new, but it needs probably a couple more things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Ossiarch, like, they got more when they first came out than most, and they've just gotten a bigger refresh. You know what I mean? Like, they got more kits than Idnith when they first came out. At least I think so, to my memory. And then they've gotten like single releases like Idnith have gotten, but now they just got like a bunch of new units, like chariots galore and like archers and Zeratools, and you know what I mean? Like they got like a big refresh. So like I think, and it just happened. Like it just happened. We're not talking about like even a year ago. We're talking about like last month or something. So yeah, that's where I would probably put them. But I'm happy to hear.
Yeah,
What do you think?
Sense.
Like also the Morghast or whatever they're called, the big dual skelly monsters with wings. I think that kit holds up really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right? And Arcan the Black too. Okay.
I think so too. So yeah, probably top of brand new for now, or at least like less brand new than Hellsmiths, but that's it so far.
Right. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Soulblight.
Soulblight?
I have to pull them up because they've got so many freaking models. So they're definitely not in need of like more variety, and they just got stuff culled without really getting anything added that wasn't like a slight refresh. I'm actually kind of pissed that they took away the zombie dragon. I thought that was completely unnecessary, but whatever. I'm assuming it's going to the old world.
Most of it's new, except the corpse card is like super old.
Super old. And the White King on foot is super old.
Yep. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't even think that's 8th edition, but I could be wrong. It might be a Silver Tower, like single foot hero duder, but I don't think so. The Necromancer is super old. You can tell by his price, 25 bones Canadian. That's like $450 US. It's crazy. The corpse card is shown on a square base, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull this dummy up and show the chat. This guy's on a freaking square base here. Okay. What else? I mean, they just did get a pretty decent range refresh. It should be noted.
Yeah.
A lot of
don't
and some
feel
of
like-
this stuff is probably going to go out. Vargeist, I could see that getting cut whenever there's like a Crypt Flayer refresh. Like I'm hoping that they take the time and do the Vargeist at the same time, and they don't just call them, because I build all my Crypt Flayers as Vargeist because I just think they look cooler with a bat head instead of like a goofy looking zombie head. But ooh, this is a hard one though, because like there is some really rank old stuff like the corpse card.
Yeah, I want to put them at like in crispy, but top of crispy, like
Top of crispy.
Like
Yeah, I
they're-
think that's right. I think you're absolutely dead right, because like even the Coven Throne and the Mortis engine is shown on like a square base, like it really is kind of a Warhammer Fantasy thing. But no, I think you're dead right. Let us know in the chat, by the way. We want to hear your opinions. We mostly just want our opinions reflected back at us, but occasionally it's good to get something fresh, right?
yeah, exactly.
Is that death done?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So we can do chaos.
Sure. I've got Heat
Blades
Knights
of-
at the front here. Oh, Blades of
Oh
Corn?
yeah,
No.
we can do heat nuts.
Sure. Okay, whichever. What do you think?
Heat knights,
Heat Knights
Um,
of Slaanesh.
not in a great spot. They have like some really new, some really interesting looking stuff, but it's mostly the demon side of Slaanesh that looks really bad right now. Like I think from like a amount of things in the army, they're in a pretty decent spot. I don't think they need anything new, but they definitely need a refresh on like fiends, demonettes,
Demonettes are so bad. It's
yeah.
crazy. It's absolutely nuts.
seekers, the chariots.
I honestly,
Chariots are terrible.
the chariots are terrible in so many ways. I actually think that they should do something else. I think they should discard that and make something new. And it'll hopefully allow people to use their old chariots that they have painstakingly built. And I mean, like, there's usually blood involved in making those things, both sacrificial and just in terms of practicality of building them. I think, yeah. But like, where does that put them? Because they do have like, they got 2 range refreshes where there's like a lot of new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just the. I think I would probably put them in like high B tier.
Yeah,
I had to
that's
just,
what I
like-
wanted to do too.
Yeah, just because there's stuff there that I'm like, this looks great. Like-
But they need one. They definitely need one more than Gits, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's models in there that are fugly, right?
Yeah.
Because like we're also judging like the spiders. Like I'm fine if they don't touch the spiders. I hope they don't cull them, but I'm fine if they just leave them because I actually think they look pretty cool, especially the Ragnarok. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Blades of Corn is kind of similar, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think. Yeah, bloodletters are just terrible looking, and
They're
the blood.
pretty
I think the
bad.
bloodthirster needs to be redone. Honestly, the thing with Khorne is that there's a lot more demons
Yeah.
because with Slaanesh, like the Keeper of Secrets and stuff like that, did get a refresh,
Right.
whereas with Khorne it didn't.
And Korn got their refresh at the very start of AoS 1. So like the ones that they do have are still like 11 years old, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Like if we had a Khorne army that all looked like the Deathbringer,
Yeah,
then- we'd be laughing. Like it'd be incredible. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Deathbringer or like anything that's yeah. Is the Deathbringer the new
Yeah,
Chad?
the new, like-
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Oh man, yeah, he's so sick.
yeah, but like the Skull Reapers are kind of and the
Like even like the guys on the Juggernauts, both the demons and they're designed after the stuff that was there at the time, so it's like I mean, it's AOS 1 still, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like, they're like, oh, well, these bloodletters are pretty new 11 years ago. Like, let's make them look the same. Otherwise, it'd be weird, you know? So,
I
yeah.
honestly think this should go into A tier above Flesh Eater Courts.
Um, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, just because it doesn't hold up as well as the old Flesh Eater Court stuff does. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. It's weird because like I was going like do all the chaos things mostly just go next to Slanesh, but no, they don't. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Slavis to Darkness. I'm just kind of going like what I've got here, if that's cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Slaves to Darkness. They're in a pretty good spot.
They're
now.
in a great spot.
Yeah, they're
What could
I'm
you
trying to-
even refresh?
like one of them that I'm thinking is well, I guess the Gaunt Summoner looks fine, but that's also just like a Zinch model that they get to use.
Yeah, and he's from like first edition AOS.
Yeah.
So like
The
that's and he looks awesome, by the way. He's like one of the cooler kits they've ever made. Like the Magister is way newer than him. Total dog shit compared to the Gaunt Summoner. On foot or disc.
The Chaos Lord needs to be redone. That's like it's a similar one where it comes with like
Which
a
one's
textured
he?
square base too.
Okay.
Then your Chaos, the Chaos Lord.
The Chaos Lord. I
Yeah,
kind of
just like a simple Chaos Lord on foot.
Okay. Oh yeah. Honestly though, I like him more than the Dark Oath Chieftain. And the Dark Oath Chieftain I think is from like Silver Tower, so like early AOS 1. Like
Right.
year 1. But
Yeah, and then the Chariots are kind of old and
the
not
Chariots
great
are
looking either.
whack. Yeah, I'm not seeing them yet, but I do remember them quite well.
For the most part, it's good though.
There's a
I think
lot
we
of
should
cool
go in,
stuff here.
Crispy would be fine.
Crispy's definitely good. They need a new Slaughter Brute and a new Mutalith Vortex Beast, but isn't that more like the Corn and Titsnitch versions of, right? Okay, so that kind of belongs over there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, where did you want to put them? Like,
Crispy somewhere? I'm not sure.
yeah,
think like
I think they're crispier than. I think they might be the crispiest thing in Crispy,
yeah, I think that's fair.
right? Like, I don't know what I would want them to redo. Yeah, other than the Foot Lord, but like if they come out with a new Foot dude with their next book, that's not a refresh, and that's really, you know what I mean? Or like if they just do the Chariot, I wouldn't even qualify that as a refresh. That's just one new unit, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of like shining up the edges a little bit.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Like they're almost in the brand new thing for me. The more I
Yeah.
think about it. Also, they have a lot of models, and anything that's even slightly old is looking fresh as hell. You know, like you don't want them to do the Varangard kit because like there's so many cool options in that kit. Like that's a robust ass kit, right? So anyway, yeah, okay. Maggotkin. Just got it.
just got it. Yeah,
But
The
they
big
do
refresh.
have old demons though.
They do the Hawks or Plague Bearers. Sorry,
Yeah,
still quite old.
right.
The
I forgot to pull them up.
what else is old though?
Um,
Is the Rotbringer Sorcerer still old?
I think so.
Still looks pretty good though.
I wish Jason was here. He would know. Yeah,
Beast
no,
of
he does.
Neville.
I think the Lord of Blights is. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's from like first edition or second edition AOS. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's really just like Nurglings, Plague Bearers.
Right. Honestly, the Nurglings are fine though. The Nurglings look amazing. They might even be from like second edition AOS. But the Plague Bearers for sure. Everyone can agree with that. Oh, and honestly, I don't think they should, but there's an argument for the Morbidex Twiceborn and Blow Broadspawn because it was like it came out early enough that like there's like serious seam issues and stuff like that. But I don't know, but this is also like they they're like one of the newest factions in the game. You could
Yeah, so
honestly
I want to say like, go ahead. Sorry.
like I think are the Pox Wretches, they're mortal, right?
Yep.
So then, yeah, you do need plague, whatever they're called, bearers. Yeah. Oh man, they just got a bunch of pestigores and cool shit like that. Where do you want to put them?
I'm thinking like low crispy or high D tier, somewhere in there.
Right.
Like I think they're just because of recency, they're probably like lower than Slaves to Darkness on the urgency.
They're crispier than Slaves to Darkness. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Even though like they've got funky models like in the Plague Bearers, like really, really sinfully ugly models. That's just like one unit. So like they could just, if they just refresh Plague Bearers, we're fine. And so that doesn't even count as a refresh. So yeah, I think I agree with you. Even though it feels weird to put them there just because they have a couple of just funky old models in there. You know, it's like the Skaven thing that we got last, where it's just like, what are we doing here? Why are there not new Night Runners? Are you insane? Right? So yeah. Okay, I think I'm good with there.
Ben says Rotflies and Lord of Plagues as well are pretty old. Lord of Plagues holds up.
I think the Rotflies do too. Like they're pretty cool, but I hear what you're saying. Maybe, I mean, I would probably maybe put them above Slaves to Darkness. Like that's probably as far as I would go though, even considering that, just because of how well they hold up. Personally, what does Jason think? He's like the most Nurgle focused. He makes other armies into Nurgle and then plays them. So I'd be curious what he thinks. Why don't we leave them? Where do you want them? Bottom of Crispy or one above Slaves?
Let's go one above Slaves.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Because Slaves, the only things that need to be refreshed are like peripheral units.
Right.
Whereas in Maggotkin, it's like it is the core basic demon. It should be.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think
it would be like if everything except clan rats were.
Yeah, exactly.
New.
Yeah.
It would be weird.
Yeah, because the Night Runners were tangential. They weren't like a mainstay. Okay. We got Disciples of Tzeznetek. They've got like the Nurgle problem, but like way worse. Right?
Yeah.
Pink horrors are quite ugly. Blue horrors are worse. The flamers are way worse than that.
And they're new.
And they're new. They look so stupid.
Yeah.
I think horrors and flamers came out around the same time. I want to say, I'm not sure if that's true, but like I thought that they came out around the same time because I remember someone talking about it in 40K. Either way, they're sinfully ugly. Like,
if you look at the sprue on the website, it says Games Workshop 2012 on the flamers.
Oh, okay.
2012.
2012.
So it predates AoS, but it's.
But that's I think that's 7th edition. I think I'm right about that. Oh no, wait, 2012? That would be like 6th edition, maybe? I don't know how. I don't remember because I mean 8th edition came out in 2017. So it's. I'm guessing that was. Oh no, yeah, I guess that would probably be 6th edition, but I don't know the timeline for 40K. I wasn't in the. Our blue horrors are better than pinks. Actually, I think you're right, but like honestly though, like there's more detail in the pinks. Obviously, they're bigger, but like
my turd looks better than yours. Like
yeah, exactly. Like they need to go back to the chalkboard with this whole thing. I think that like the idea of blue and pink horrors was wrong from the get-go. They just need to figure it out, man. Like screamers are like I think the same age, but they're actually awesome. They just need more build options. They just need a little more variety, right? But Fellbats don't have that, and they're brand freaking new for Soulblight, right? But flamers, again, go back to the blueprint here. Figure it out. Like these Zeet should be the most like creative faction. It's the Lord of Change. It's the God of magic and evolution. Like for God's sake, why are they just like They look like someone designed something cool and then put it in the microwave and melted the fucking thing. Like, what are we? Sorry, I'll stop. This is insane to me.
Okay. The core part of their army too, like that. Every army basically has to have chaos spawn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Horrible kit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the worst kit.
Super old, and it's one of the ugliest kits. I think it's resin actually, or no, maybe it's plastic.
It's plastic.
Yeah. I forgot. I may or may not have been like, I'm not paying for actual GW models when I got into that. When I got into Zeech.
I think you look at the Fate Master, the new kit.
Which one?
Like
which one's
an anime villain?
Oh yeah.
And then you look at like an Exalted Flamer.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
what? What were you thinking?
Yeah, they need a lot.
They need a lot.
They're A tier for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a couple of really dope ass models. Like the Lord of Change, I like even more than what do you call it? The Great Unclean Ones. I think, like, I would argue the Great Unclean One's probably a better model, and it's like newer and stuff like that. But I like the Lord of Change even more. You know, because it's more up my alley. But you've got a few things that really hold up well. I think the Changeling actually holds up quite well. Obviously, you got some new stuff that's quite new, like the Curseling, Fate Master, like you said, Magister on disc. But yeah, I mean, the Ogroid Thermitarch is literally, I almost called him something else, is literally from Silver Tower. He's like one of the bosses from Silver Tower. But the Zangor, I think, hold up quite well, not perfectly. Like, if they get a proper refresh, like if they're like for some reason the next baddie in like an edition change, they definitely refresh Zangors. They probably won't touch the Zangor Enlightened though, or Skyfires, I think. But like, I think like you're in trouble when like 70% of your faction needs a refresh, and maybe 60% of that 70% needs it badly. It needs it yesterday, you know? Yeah. It was old and crappy looking when it came out. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, I think that so where do they go? Do they go above Sons of Behemoth?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, because like there's stuff in this that Zeech players are like, this is hard to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love this faction. Well, I mean, I love Zeech. Like they were like, obviously other than Skaven, but like among the 4 Chaos Gods, they're the ones that I like the most.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
But they definitely need they need a redo.
They need a real redo. Like, honestly, I hope they get rid of the Magister on disc. He's not cool at all. He's like, you know, like,
also, I'm just looking at it now. The Burning Chariot of Zeech, they just put like an Exalted Flamer on top of like, God, that looks so bad. That looks terrible.
You know how like, this is gonna sound messed up, but you know how like, you know, they talk about like some people find mermaids sexy. I'm not one of these people, right? But like, and then every now and again you'd be like, what would you rather have? Like a mermaid with a fish on the bottom or the fish on the top? And it's like always the fish on the bottom. Like, what are you talking about? The Magister on disc feels like that thing. It's like, why did you make the bird legs and he's a human on top? Like, you could have done some like cool like wings, and like they could have been so dynamic. And you're just like, nope, bird legs. That's what I want. Just, yeah.
Kind of just looks like a Tau to me.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Magister on disc?
Yeah, like it looks a lot like it. I mean, like I know that Tau have
Oh, you mean like the human Tau, like, or like the like not like inside the suit, but like outside of the suit, right?
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean. And yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I never thought he was cool. You know,
he's a little.
I got him like basically for free. When I had Zeech. Okay. I think we're on the same page there. If you wonder if they were sculpted with someone's feet, you know they need replaced. Yeah. That's the flamers. That's the what do you call it? The blobby guys, the horrors. Zanger kits have super pronounced mold lines. That's true, but it's kind of like, because like, nothing is worse than the Gene Stealer kit. like the one from like whatever it was, 7th or 6th or whatever. Nothing has ever been created that's worse than that, in my opinion. And I had like 40 of them built and painted, which I can no longer legally even run in that stupid game. But I was still like, I don't know, it's still a cool ass kit with like so much variety and so much. So that's kind of how I feel about the Zangors. I'm not really putting mold lines into it. Like that's a matter of like whether the mold itself, how well it fared, how, overused and heated up it got, you know what I mean? Because they get worse over time. I hear what you're saying though, for sure, Ben. I like what you're saying. I'm not sure that we're gonna really input that kind of thing into it. Skaven. This is a hard one because there are a few, like you brought up. Like, honestly, I don't even remember that because I think the Doom Wheel, other than being like the worst kit ever made to paint if you build it fully and then go to paint it, like literally, I think it's the worst kit ever made, full stop. But like looks wise, god dang, it's so rad, right?
Yeah. If we're counting, like if we're paying attention to the new releases that are about to happen,
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to.
We have to. Yeah, they're coming out. They're almost out, right?
Plague monks are probably the thing that need to be touched the most.
Plague monks, and we need a priest on foot. Like we need a foot hero. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
we're using a Warhammer Underworld's warband because there is like you used to have to like take it off of the Screaming Bell kit, so you couldn't have both. I think that's really stupid. So yeah, and sensor bearers. We need sensor bearers.
Are those not just gone?
They're gone, but like they shouldn't be. They've been around since like 4th edition Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Like and they're so cool. They're iconic. I definitely think that we should have them. And I'm not even like a Nurgle guy, but I'm like, no, we need them. You know?
Yeah, I want to say like top of crispy.
Yeah, or like, but like we just got.
Yeah.
We just got a whole, almost an entire range refresh, and then we're like this coming weekend or something like that. You could pre-order like a mini range refresh. I would actually put them at the top of their brand new.
Yeah, I guess like based on the appropriateness of
exactly based on the appropriateness now. Yeah, and like and having said all that about like needing sensor bearers and blah blah blah. The plague monks that we have right now, like they're not the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like they're not horrors. They're not flamers of Zeech. You know, but I'm willing. I'm open to like just because they're my favorite faction doesn't mean like I'm the authority on that. Like that's sort of where I was coming from. Like I was seeing it from both perspectives. I strongly think we need sensor bearers. I strongly think that, or I think we need new plague monks a little bit less than we need sensor bearers again. But yeah, and like hopefully they can do something fun with that kit too. Or even I guess that could be no, but we also need the plague priest on foot. Like we need it. It needs to happen at some point. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of talking myself back and forth. What do you call it? Crispy's looking kind of fat though right now. Should we put them at the top of their brand new and then adjust?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
Perfect.
Like I think at this point, knowing what's coming, if a Skaven player was like, if only I got something else, like it'd be like, come on, man, like
come on, like even if Pestilence is your favorite, like because Eshin was my favorite, they're my favorite clan, and so like that was the one thing that they didn't touch on, and so I was like why didn't you even just use the Warhammer Underworlds? Why didn't you let us keep that? Like that was stupid, and I still think they should add them back, but putting that aside. I was that guy for Eshin, but I was still just like, I can't complain. Like my whole army just got a refresh, so we just got another supplement. No, you can't complain. Yeah. You don't have a leg to stand on. So yeah, I agree. Should we just rock through order now?
Yeah. Sylvaneth?
Sure. Sylvaneth.
I just looked at the order that it's on your
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Age.
Oh, it was Cities of Sigmar was actually one above, but that's
Oh, was it? My bad.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sylvaneth. I think Sylvaneth should
There's
go.
some old stuff.
Oh, is there? I
Yeah,
need
there's some old stuff in there. You like the dryads are really showing their age. The tree lords are decent.
They're from like I think they're from like near the end times. I want to
Yeah.
say somewhere around there. But like that kid is dope as shit.
It is really cool.
There's so
I
much
guess-
you can build with that kid.
I guess it's mostly dryads.
Dryads are fugly, and they come in like 8s or 16s or something dumb.
Yeah.
They're basically they come in 8s and then they double them up in the box, which is beyond stupid.
Yeah.
So, but like, okay, dryads for sure. But is there anything else that's older than AoS? I don't think so. No, there's nothing, including the terrain.
Branch Witch, maybe?
I'm pretty sure she was AoS 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, if you're still here.
Interesting.
He's been literally playing them since then. I'm almost positive she was AoS 1. Yeah.
Okay. Seems pretty crispy to me then.
Yeah. She might be Silver Tower. Anyway, sorry. I'm moving along.
It's
stuck
kind
in
of the
that.
exact same situation as, or no, it should be.
Oh, sorry.
More
Sorry,
in-
Tree Lords. Tree Lords are from like definitely from Fantasy Battles.
Yeah, it should be more in need of refresh / expansion than Nurgle because the Nurgle was so recent. But it's the same problem as Nurgle, where like your core
Yeah.
troop is really old.
One core troop, but I think they hold up better than them. Although they're coming 16s, which is just so
Really
stupid.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Ugh. But I don't know. Like my soul wants to put them lower than Nurgle. I don't know if I can justify it because Nurgle has more things is the issue, and they got it newer, more recently.
Nurgle has like brand new stuff.
They have
though.
brand
Like,
new stuff. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then Belthanos was like end of like 3rd edition, I want to say. So yeah, I think you're right. That hurts my soul a little bit. But as I explained to Carson, so we got a new batch of trophies, by the way, super exciting, huge news, right? New batch of trophies. I forget what I said to you. Yeah, it was like $80 million, and
79
yeah,
$999,990 because
Yeah.
you traded your soul in for $10.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said like, what if I sell you my soul? And they said $10, and I said, sure. I wasn't using it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Bart Simpson, I sold my soul for $10.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right at the end of the day. This is like one of those things where it's like logically you're correct and that's where they belong, but like it feels weird to put Nurgle there, but I got to remember they just got a huge expansion, so that's the correct choice. Okay. Shitties of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar. I mean, we have to factor in what they just got to. These are probably in their brand new, to be honest.
But then they've got like Dark Elves. Are we counting them? What do we do here? This is the faction that I was literally thinking of when I was going like, there's some things where we have to debate stuff.
I'm under the impression that I think there's rumors out there or whatever that basically say that like the dwarves and dark elves are getting taken out of Cities of Sigmar.
Right, they're gonna get called
I think you have to look at Cities of Sigmar as like
the human
just
factions.
humans.
Yeah, I think you're okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll just say as the humans. Yeah, they're
As the
brand
human.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They're like more
they're-
brand new than Ossiarch.
yeah. The only thing that beats them is Hellsmiths.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
completely
maybe
brand
even
new.
not. Because
You,
Hellsmith
I see your argument. Yeah.
because Cities has like a lot of stuff now.
Yes. Yeah, no, they
Hellsmiths
do.
is like, yeah, they could use an extra kit or two
Are
to
we
just like.
putting Hellsmiths, the newest faction in all of Age of Sigmar, below cities?
Did you see all the stuff they just gave
I
cities
know.
though?
No, I
Yeah.
I already switched it as I was saying that. Like, the secret is that I agree with you, but I think you're right.
Neem
Dark
says
elves.
dark elves aren't even in the store anymore. Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, I think that.
If you're a huge dark elf
Yeah, there's a
person
sorceress and then yeah, sorceress and that's it.
and an ass in.
Ass in.
Um,
I think that's it. The most brand spanking new thing yet. So because they're not even here, like
yeah, yeah.
and all their stuff looks really. It holds up. I mean, I'm biased. I really like it.
No, it's true. No, we'll get to it in a second, but I have a reason why I think you're right, because it's how we have to judge things. You know, yeah. No, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Seraphon. Seraphon is a weird one because there's actually a lot of old shit in here. The regular skink kit is super old. I think it comes in like a random amount of stuff. The Temple Guard is too old. It's from the derp age of not Sigmar, but of Warhammer Fantasy Battles, where all the Saurus and their mounts and everything looked like Barney the dinosaur, had too many chromosomes. It's pretty wild. So yeah, them, and then like you've got like the Ripperdactyls, the Pterodons. Obviously that's one kit, but that's from Fantasy. The Carnosaur kit is from Fantasy. I think like all this stuff is from 7th edition, by the way. Like actually let's pull it up because I want to get a gauge on what is like quite old and could use a refresh versus what needs a refresh versus what's basically brand new. Okay. So
Yeah, most of their like core troops are brand new except
Yep.
for skinks.
and Skinks and the Source Guard.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got Ripper Dipper Doos, Engine of the Gods, so all the Triceratops models and all the Carnosaur models, which includes the Troglodon, right? And the Bastillodon is from like 7th or 8th edition. I think it's from 7th edition. We already talked about the Saurus Guard. We already talked about the Skinks. The Star Priest is from I think it's from Silver Tower. It's one of the heroes you could play, as is, I believe, the Saurus Old Blood on foot. That model is stupid looking though. Like the Skink Star Priest holds up super well, but the Old Blood on foot, my God, I mean, like it is on a square base. So actually, I think I'm wrong about that. I think that's just something they imported into Silver Tower as a hero. Now that I'm looking at it, God, that thing is so ugly. Holy smokes. It just takes my breath away. And then everything else. Yeah. But there's like 2 kits in here that are in dire need. And then there's like a few kits that are, there's one kit that's like arguably dire, which is the Skinks, the regular Skink kit. And then there's a few kits that hold up quite well, like the Stegodon, like the Ripper Dipper Doos, and other stuff like that. And here's another thing that I'm going to point out. I think that they go at the top of B tier, but I also want to say that this is a popular faction. So I think that this can hold more than most factions, like AKA Skaven, AKA Stormcast. I don't think is quite as popular as Seraphon, but like Stormcast can hold more. Arguably, I think this faction could hold more. Like I would love to see like a Stegosaurus type kit, like a dinosaur with a bunch of plates on its back and a spiky tail, something like that. You know what I mean? Like I could see them adding more, and it would just be like the Seraphon players would be like, yeah, that's good. Give me more. Like I'd be one of those people. I'd be like, yeah, give me more. I only want more. You know what I mean? More and refreshes, all the way down. So like I think they hold a little more. So like the reason that I think Flesh Eater Courts remains higher than Seraphon is because they don't have as many kits as Seraphon. Even though I just made the argument that I think they can hold more than most.
Yeah.
But I
But they
would
still already have they have a decent amount, so
it's
that makes
true.
sense.
But like but also like there is no fugly kits in Flesh Eater Courts though.
I disagree. In Flesh Eater Courts,
Oh, well, what's the ugliest
the
kit?
horrors are pretty ugly.
They're pretty
Like,
ugly, but like they're kind of supposed to be. Like they're big zombie like
yeah,
like you know like what's the smartest zombie you ever saw?
yeah,
Like some guy who died with glasses on. Like you're just like, okay, well that's cheating. You know what I mean? Like they're not supposed to look that intelligent.
yeah. They're meant to look like dirty and crappy and
Yeah, kinda.
yeah. Whereas like the Seraphon are supposed to be somewhat elegant or like
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
sleek.
Ferocious and
Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. So like a part of me almost wants to put them above Flesh Eater Courts. I'm almost talking myself into it. But hear me out. Hear me out. Like I saw you wince there, and I don't totally disagree. But like, okay, Saurus Guard. We need new Saurus Guard. They need to be gone. Like I feel like Seraphon is in a slightly like they're kind of almost like Skaven were before the Eshin release, where it's like, what are we doing here? Like there's like 3 or 4 kits. Like they need a mini refresh very badly, but not a big refresh. That's
Yeah.
my argument.
Whereas like it's either could be like a huge refresh for Flesh Eater Courts.
Yeah, I could see that. But it's not as urgent.
Yeah. So I think I still think
You put them below Flesh Eaters?
yeah, below Flesh Eater Courts.
That's
like
fine.
barely.
But in age still though, right?
No, I would put them in B. To
Top
be
of
honest.
B?
Top of B.
I mean B does need more stuff, but
Like Seraphon's an army where if someone like I'm thinking you're sitting at your table of friends
yeah.
and we're kind of going around griping like, oh, my models are so old. I just I really wish they'd refresh this thing. You get to the Seraphon player, you'd be like, yeah, some
Shut
stuff
up.
would be cool. It makes sense. Like
yeah.
like there's like you kind of agree with them, but it's not like they're the one that needs the thing the most.
No, they're definitely. I agree with you. They don't like necessarily deserve one, but like if we get to the book, and we still have the old Saurus Guard when their book comes out, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like straight up. I'm gonna be pissed because it's like, guys, just do it. And if you're gonna do one kit, like give them like an IDK refresh, like the absolute minimum possible. You know what I mean? Just give them like maybe 2 or 3 kits, you know. But yeah, it's like it's kind of like the Skaven problem before. Yeah, if they get a new Saurus Old Blood on foot, that's like a dual kit with like the Scar Veteran, right? And they get new Saurus Guard. And if they got like a monster, then they're in Skaven territory. They're literally in Skaven territory at that point. But yeah, okay. We'll leave them in top of B for now. I hear you. Lumineth.
Do they have any old models in Lumineth? It's all brand new.
It's
right?
all brand new. Yeah.
It's all second edition and later.
Yep. And it's like late 2nd edition. It's like right before the pandemic or something, right?
Yeah. This is probably they didn't get anything like super recently with their book.
No. But they did get like
or something.
They got like they're the faction that people joke about getting refreshes when they don't need refreshes.
Yeah.
Like and like you talked about like what would the players say? Would they ask for more?
You'd be laughed out of that.
Yeah, you'd be laughed out of the room, right?
Yeah.
God dang.
Probably
like just below Hellsmiths?
Yeah, I was gonna say between Hellsmiths
or
and
above.
Alciar.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even think like we have much to talk about with them. It's just,
No, I don't think so.
what do we do? Yeah. Okay. Daughters of Cain. This is going to be a hard one because there's like a decent amount of. It's very similar, I think, to Seraphon. But I also don't think that they hold as much stuff as Seraphon. which is
Yeah,
almost pointed out by the fact, like, when they got their new units, like, what is this? It's elite. It's the same thing, but like elite with a little bit of armor. Now I'm not a Daughters player, so I have to look at
I'd
this.
argue that
No, but
Daughters is in need of a refresh to their core infantry.
Yeah.
Like Witch Elves are pretty
They're old. Yeah.
old looking. Sisters of Slaughter, same thing.
The
Cauldron.
shrine is super. Yeah, the cauldron / shrine thing is super old.
A lot of the foot heroes, like the High Gladiatrix, is really kind of wonky.
The High Gladiatrix, isn't she new though? Yeah, she's
she?
brand new. She's from 3rd edition.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well-
but I don't think she looks good. But that's just the old like GW problem of not being able to sculpt female models in general / especially female faces. The pose is kind of cool with the whip like swirled around her, like a lion tamer or something like that. But like, yeah, no, it's not a great looking model in my opinion. But you do have like some like very new stuff like Blood Sisters, Stalkers, and then you've got Crethusa or whatever, and she's like one of the best models they've made in a while.
yeah, very prominent feet. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's discussed in the other tier list. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. They need a core refresh. But these models hold up better than like Zeech.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
They're not as bad as each, for sure.
Not as bad as Zeech.
Probably in like Gargant territory.
Yeah, I was
You're
gonna
like,
say
they've got some stuff that's fairly new.
I would put them below Blades of Corn, because like there's like nothing new in Blades of Corn.
Yeah.
Like
I
even
think
their
that's right.
greater demon sucks ass, and he's the only one that sucks ass out of all the greater demons, which is crazy. Anyway, I don't want to like shit on specifically on Blades of Corn. But yeah, like they've got some cool models, but like it's from before GW really locked in to their like design process, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Idnith Deepkin. Idnith Deepkin doesn't have enough models. The only faction that has less models than them is Fire Slayers. And Fire Slayers is about to get all the things, we think, right? Obviously, we're going to judge Fire. We'll get to Fire Slayers in a minute. That's a whole separate problem, right?
Yeah.
But as they sit right now, I don't know. Like yes, everything in here is newish, but there's not enough stuff.
Yeah, I want to put it near Zeech for that reason.
Yeah.
But I don't think I want to put it above Zeech for just that reason.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, the main focus of this whole thing is refresh, right?
Yeah. And like I don't think there's anything in here that needs to be refreshed at all. They just need more stuff.
There is literally nothing that needs a refresh.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's even like halfway derpy. The models are all insanely amazing. It's just a matter of whether you like, the concept, the blueprint for them. Super original, silhouettes. Like they've got everything going for them. They're probably my second or third favorite faction.
Yeah. And there's a reason why Idneth lists tend to, like, the most popular ones tend to just be spam of some kind, is because you have like 3 choices.
That's the thing. That's why they need it so badly. Yeah.
Eels,
Yeah.
sharks,
Yeah.
and thralls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
and it's never thralls, by the way.
yeah. So you have 2 options.
It's never
Is it
been
eel
thralls.
season or shark season?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did GW touch most recently? Did they? It's a flow chart, and then did they buff it or did they nerf it? Okay, then just go to the other thing. Yeah. I could see them being in age that like at the top. I could see them being above. No, I think you're right. There's just too much old ugly shit.
Yeah. Like, my heart goes out to Idneth stands that want more stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why they're so high. But there's so much ugly, awful stuff in Zeech.
So ugly. You know what? Like, here's what it comes down to. Like, there's 2 things that it comes down to in my heart and in my brain. One is that like the idea for this tier list is refresh, like from its onset, but we included that, the other thing. But the other thing too is that like like if you're like, oh, okay, like what kind of faction, what army do you want to get into, Carson? And you're like, I want something magic and chaosy and blah blah blah. And you're like, I've got the faction for you. Let me show you Zeech. And you're like, bro, like these are friggin' ugly. You know what I mean? Like,
You guys play this game?
You play
Yeah.
you play with these models, and like I can see people being turned off by the faction in general. You're like, the only thing like for me, like the only thing I liked in the army were Zangors and the Lord of Change. You know what I mean? Oh, and the Gaunt Summoner, like a couple bits and bobs, but mostly I was just like, no, this is too much of this army is ugly. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that clinches it out barely. You know, I almost want to put Zeech in Senile at the bottom of Senile.
They might end up shifting to there.
They might ship there, yeah. Might ship there. The models are. Anyway, Fire Slayers.
Fire Slayers.
I think Fire Slayers, like, call them dwarves, go just below ogres.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
they have some stuff that's like
they've got
new-ish.
one thing. Or actually, no, that's not true. Yeah, they've got two things that are newish. The Magmadroth is like AoS 1, by the way. Early AoS 1, before I even got into it. Or maybe it's 8th or 7th edition. I don't even know. I don't know. It's been around since before I've been in AoS, right? And then you've got the cool Warcry Warband who are actually dope, right?
Yeah.
But like
everything else is like terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible. Like,
honestly, I could see putting them above ogres. Because they both need a refresh and an expansion. Like, they need a refresh and an expansion so badly that they're probably going to become a new faction. Like, we think they're going to become something else. Like, they're not even going to get... They're not going to get like a 2.0 reboot at this point.
So I agree with you, but the problem is that I'm biased because I really like ogres and I really hate Fire Slayers.
That's the thing. That's the thing. But like, we think that they're getting both, right? But like, so like, I love Skaven the most, right? But like, they're so awesome that like I'm arguing that they should be pushed, lower. So like, I feel like, doesn't that, like, your hatred of Fire Slayers, right? The models, whatever, the lore, I don't care, right? Shouldn't that push them up even higher?
Because that's what I'm saying is that.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you that they should be at the top, but the bias that I'm saying is that I like what ogres are right now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I really don't like what Fire Slayers are.
I see. Okay, but like, I agree. I think that Fire Slayers are so in need of like they need a new core identity almost. Like, they're the least popular faction in Age of Sigmar by every metric, right? So like, I think just by that alone, pull ogres versus Fire Slayers. Oh, are we doing it? Okay, so please be clear in the way you ask the question, though. Okay. Like,
I'm asking, what needs a refresh the most? Ogres,
Fire Slayers. Okay, I think it's Fire Slayers, and I think you think it's Fire Slayers too, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put them there for that. By the way, we might not even use your guys. We'll see. Let's hear some opinions in the chat. Old Blood is from the Lustria campaign. The Plague Monks are from. Wow, that's crazy. That makes sense though, because and that was from. Wasn't that from 7th edition Neem? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I have that book, by the way. I think I have the Lizard Man Lustria campaign book from Fantasy Battles. Okay. We may or may not switch them, and we'll have to come back to them anyway. So let's go on to Caradron.
KO is like basically brand new.
Are they? I think they're
not.
What's that?
Is there anything that's not brand new?
No. I mean, they're from AoS 1, like midway. Like, their oldest models are from AoS 1.
They're kind of like Night Hunt territory where it's like,
Yeah.
I guess they could use like more kits, but
I guess, but like I don't think they hold as much. Like a new
yeah,
dwarven faction, they could do so much with artillery and different infantry things. They're gonna hold. I think general dwarves automatically are gonna hold more than steampunk sky super like what do you call it, like specialized dwarves, right? So for that reason alone, I think should go in brand new. I think they probably
below
belong
Skaven.
below Skaven. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and then Stormcast.
Stormcast is interesting because I think out of anyone,
They
again,
can't-
you're sitting around the table at your
Yeah,
friend with
yeah.
your friends.
Yeah.
If your Stormcast friend was like, "Oh, we need a refresh and more models so badly,"
Yeah.
everyone would legitimately think it was a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
They would just take it as like some kind of sarcastic or maybe even like a nihilistic comment about the state of Age of Sigmar in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, we're hoping that they're not the box faction in AoS 5. We're literally hoping that.
They're probably lower than cities, to be honest.
I think they are. They're just like, no new models, please. Like, you guys you made so many new models that you had to cull like 2 whole chambers. You know what I mean? And then you refresh the chambers that are from the same age as these bloody freaking corn models. Like, you guys are crazy. Like, just stop. Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
It's not like a good. You know what sucks though is it's not in a good way.
No.
Cities of Sigmar, Hellsmiths, Lumineth, Ossiarch Bone Reapers, Caradron, and Skaven. Everything else in this category is in a good way, right? And I would argue that Slaves to Darkness is in a good way in Crispy. And this is the only faction I'm like, not in a good way. Like, this is 5 votes, so it can't be tied. Is it close?
You want me to end the poll?
Is it close?
I don't know. Do you want me to end the poll?
Well, you know if it's close or not. I
don't
can't
know.
see it on my stupid interface. Well, I mean, I'm just going to say if it's not close, if it's 5-0, then might as well end it because it's clear. If it's 1 vote off, then maybe we should.
It's 60% something, 40%
Oh
something.
yeah,
So it's 3-2, I guess.
3-2. Yeah,
Yeah.
6 votes. What happened?
It's even more skewed now.
Okay, well then I think we're good. What was the vote?
7 votes.
7 votes. Ogres, you guys are crazy. I think you're nuts. Okay, do we want to take or should we save that for the very end and go, because we always go from the bottom up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll save it for the very end.
Okay, so we last talked about Stormcast. Do we want to change that? I don't
No.
want to change them.
No.
I do want to hear what Stormcast should be in 40k. Yeah, just to inject them into this game. Our game can't support them. Yeah, you're not wrong. Also, SCE is a special case because they were made to fill the new releases every year. Niche. Yeah, exactly. And they can't, it's not sustainable in our game. It just doesn't even work. Might be unpopular, but do away with Fire Slayers and bring back classic wars. That seems like that's the rumor, Christopher. That's actually the rumor, that they're gonna keep a few kits from Fire Slayers. It's basically gonna be like old school dwarves, where it's gonna be a huge mishmash of guys. And honestly, if they hold on to anything in Fire Slayers, they should refresh all the babies. You know, anything that like resembles a baby in any way. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I agree. Okay, so unfortunately, it's just like Stormcast is brand new and in a bad way. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know. I mean, I'm glad everyone actually did kind of say, least popular doesn't mean has no place. No, I agree with that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they should get rid of them. I'm just saying that like if a faction is less popular, then they're in more need of a refresh because they need it more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the idea is we want to make every faction as popular, you know, within reason. And if they're not popular, it's like Beasts of Chaos. Like that faction could have been super popular if they'd gone back to the drawing board and been like, we're gonna get rid of the cow thing. We're gonna go different beasts of chaos. We're gonna have lizards of chaos and lions of chaos and weird armadillos of chaos. Like they would have had my attention, but they culled it, and that was unfortunate. They needed a refresh and they didn't get it, and then they died because of it. I don't think we want to only have KO and Hellsmiths as the only dwarf factions. So that was my argument. That's why, but you guys voted against it. Anyway, Cities of Sigmar. The human
I
faction.
agree with the placement of cities.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. And I can't, the only thing that I will say about Hellsmiths is like, you could argue it could go further towards brand new, but
it's just so...
They don't have that many kits, so it's kind of like the Idnith problem. It's just a more recent Idnith problem.
Yeah.
So like,
but I played against a Hellsmith's army this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it and I was like, this is a pretty varied...
It is. Yeah, because you got bull centaurs and you've got the infantry and you've got artillery. Like
he wasn't even using bull centaurs either. It was like he had infantry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Spears and blunderbusses. He had like the big like Eric Tar guy.
Yep.
You had like a Dominator engine. Like, he had quite a bit of stuff. So I was like, it's not screaming that it needs another thing.
No, honestly, like, I think that Idnith needed more of a refresh out of the gate than Hellsmiths did, just because it's like, yeah. And I mean, honestly, like, I hope we get more cavalry in Idnith. I want crab cavalry or something like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we agree. Lumineth, same thing. You're going to get laughed out of the room.
Yep.
Ossiarch versus Caradron. There is a conversation there. And Skaven.
Caradron is like all new. Ossiarch has some stuff from the end times, but I think Ossiarch is still newer because of its recent big refresh or big additions.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about pushing Skaven up to Crispy and pushing... I'm not sure about Soulblight, but what about pushing Nighthaunt and both Auric War Clans up into better models?
Which Auric War Clans?
Both of them. So like Cruel Boys and Iron Jaws. Keep the order, but putting them in better models.
I agree with putting Skaven up to Crispy.
Okay.
And then let's keep going in order.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Slavis to Darkness. I think that's the perfect position for them. Yeah.
Yep.
Maggotkin. There is a conversation there about their old ass models. They've got a few old ass models. I kind of want to put Sylvaneth. Oh, but they just got a refresh. You did talk about that. Yeah, I think you're right. It feels bad, but it's, I think,
Sylvaneth has like very few brand new models.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas
totally
Nurgle
right.
has like a ton of brand new models.
Brand ass new models. Although, you know what? Oh no, that's true though about Ossiarch as well. They just got Zeratools, archers, 2 different chariots, I want to say, and
Reapers,
and a big footlord.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're in brand new, I think.
But shouldn't they? Oh yeah, you're right. But then couldn't they go above Lumineth maybe?
I don't think so, because like the original OBR
last month.
Sorry? I know, but the original OBR is like older, and then they still have
that's
some
true.
Stuff from non.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. No, I think you're right. Okay. Sylvaneth, then I think they should stay where they are.
Yeah.
Soulblight? Soulblight has
Iron Jaws and Cruel Boys, right?
No, I know, but like I don't know that I want to put Soulblight in better models out there.
It's also worth mentioning, I don't think we have to balance out B.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with that, but I think
it's more like going from bottom to top. I think D is like, you definitely don't need anything new right now. Like, no question. C is like, you're in a good spot. Like, we've actually pretty much inverted what a normal tier list is.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then
I guess they are where they are, is what you're saying, right? Like, if they need it, they need it, and if they don't, they don't. right?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like Games Workshop isn't like balancing. Well, I guess they kind of are. But
I hear
yeah.
you. Okay, let me say then. Question the first. Should Auric Warclans? This is actually gonna. I think you'll know where I'm going with this. But like, should Iron Jaws, dang it, and Cruel Boys be separated into 2 books, 2 factions, 2 armies?
I think so. I think they need
Okay.
to stop with the one.
I
book
totally agree with that, and sure, when they write both books, give give them some kind of special rule where they can do a big war. Like there's an army of renown big war in both books or something like that. Problem solved, right? Okay, then I think by that token, then Ironjaws should be bumped up into better models out there because I think they need more units at that point. Cruel Boys was a release faction for AoS 3, and so they have a lot of units. The Ironjaws refresh was mostly like getting rid of like dumb looking Iron Boys and like adding a few, things like that.
Okay. So the bottom of B is what you're saying.
I think Ironjaws, because we kind of figured out as we were working on the tier list that there were factions like Ignith and you know what I mean, like that kind of thing that need more.
Yep.
You know what? I think Ironjaws are one of those factions. I would want to bump them up into B, at the bottom of B.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. And that's not to even things out. Like I'm saying, I totally agree with you. They are where they are. Okay.
It doesn't really even like
no, it doesn't. It's one thing, and we also added
Yeah.
up Skaven, so whatever. But okay. So Cruel Boys, I'm fine with them being where they are.
Yep, I agree with that.
I would want, like, honestly, for Cruel Boys, I want a pack of mini vultures. I want like a pack of like 3 elite cavalry vulture Cruel Boy riding, or Cruel Boys guys riding it.
Any cavalry would be
Yeah,
cool.
any cavalry. Yeah. Actually, I forgot about that. They don't have any. Yeah, so like Nash Toofs, like regular Nash Toofs, not great Nash Toofs, just regular Nash Toofs, like something like that, or both. But like that's like 1 or 2 kits. Perfect. Goes well with any book coming out. Don't need a refresh per se. Night Haunt, same thing, I think. Yeah. And then Soulblight, the only argument to be revisited here, I think, for them is that the fact that they got wicked old kits. But
they're not like core to the army, those
they're not core. Yeah, they're not core. Like they might even just eliminate the what's it called? The
corpse cart.
Corpse cart, yeah, the whippy guy. Yeah.
I could see them being below Ironjaws in B tier.
I can see that too. I could go either way. They're a big faction, but they also hold a lot.
Yeah.
They hold more than most factions, like Seraphon, Skaven, etc. They hold more. So I'm fine with them being at the bottom of B as well. I wouldn't put them up. Okay.
Yeah.
Gloomspite gets.
I think where they've settled is like the middle of the pack, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's one of those things where they've like they can hold a lot, but I don't know if they can hold that much.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of models. There's an insane amount of listings. And they keep coming out with new ideas too, which is like, I didn't think they were going to do the Frazzlegit army. I'm sorry, Ludicus. Like, I'm just, speaking my truth here. Like, I hope they don't do it because the Spiderfang are my favorite. But there's definitely a world out there where they just cut models from this army. But they do have old ass, what do you call it? Like night goblin models. They've got night goblins and spiders and 1 or 2 other things. But if they're going to keep the spiders, then they need to refresh the spiders, the regular spiders, and they need to add back the goblin dude riding a giant cave spider because he was resin. They just cut him. So they need to add him back. If they're keeping Spiderfang, they need to refresh Spiderfang. If they're not, then they're just going to cull them, right? So what's the answer though? Like on our chart. What do you think? Do you think they should cull Spiderfang? Because if they cull Spiderfang, then all they need to do is refresh the base goblin kit, and then we're done. right?
Yeah, I don't think they should call Spider-Fang.
I don't want them
Yeah.
to. They're my favorite faction in.
The big spiders can honestly stay.
They
I
can
think.
stay. They're that good.
The spider
I
riders
totally agree.
are the
They're-
only things that really need to be refreshed. Yeah.
Yeah, the Spider Riders, and then we need to add on the Duder. I agree with that. So if that's the case, then I don't know, like, but don't we need more new models for Iron Jaws than we need for Gits then?
I don't think so.
Don't-
Oh, sorry. You need more new units.
we
sure.
need more of an extension of Iron Jaws rather than a refresh of Gits.
But even then, I think Iron Jaws is still fine. Like
Still, no, it's fine. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm arguing the Idneth problem. They need more units. They need more of an add-on than Gits needs a refresh of old models.
yeah,
So
but I
I
don't
want
think
to.
that's the case for Iron Jaws.
I'm saying Iron Jaws need more models.
More than Gits needs refresh models.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
To be
Okay.
honest. Yeah.
Make another poll. Just kidding. We can do whatever. I'm fine with either. I mean, actually, but Gits also did get a refresh more recently than Iron Jaws. Not by much, but they got a big refresh of Frazzlegit models quite
They
recently.
just got additions. Whereas I think
Yeah.
the core thing to me is like when you think of Gloomspite Gits, it's like the army is goblins, right?
That's a good point. And then
And
the
Stabbers and
Night
Shooters
Goblins
are like
yeah, you're right.
horribly old.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And Brutes are only from like AoS 1. I think
Like-
you made the right choice there. I agree.
Like imagine if Skaven's clan rats currently
Yeah.
were the quality of like the
No.
old gutter runners.
Yeah, you made that argument before, and you're right. You're right. Well, I mean, gutter runners are even older than that. They were resin,
I know.
and
but
at
they
least these
still
guys are
look-
plastic. I actually kind of like the Night Goblin models. I think they hold up well, but they are Night Goblins, which is from Warhammer Fantasy Battles specifically. So we need Gloomspite Git base Goblin models, and on that, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think most Gits players realize spiders aren't long for this world, as much as it would suck. Yeah. With Ludivicus on this one. Yeah, unfortunately I have to agree. And they're my favorite part of Gits too. Imagine if Plague Monks were the quality of old Night Runners. Oh wait. Yeah, I think Plague Monks are slightly better than old Night Runners because they literally look like monkey dogs. But I hear you. And Night Runners were older, by the way. Anyway, okay. We're agreed. He Knights of Slanesh. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, yeah. Seraphon, same kind of thing.
There was a debate between them and Flesh Eater Courts getting swapped essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they've got some funky models, but there isn't
do.
that many.
Yeah, and I think I always like to look at the core of the army
Right.
and be like, how's it looking?
Yeah.
Right? Like Seraphon, your Saurus warriors are fine, your Agrodons are fine, your
Yeah.
like when you think of like what
Raptidons.
Seraphon was in the past, it was like Saurus warriors and Saurus knights, and you
Right.
effectively have that.
Yep. But skink infantry are a base infantry.
Yep,
And
they
they
are.
are
So it's kind of like
super
half.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, it comes down to the argument of, do you need a refresh more or more models more?
And I think it's just mainly a refresh for Seraphon.
It is, yeah.
Certain things.
I agree.
Whereas Flesh Eater Courts need both, probably more models and
And they
a
kind of need a refresh. Yeah, I think that's, okay. I'm agreeing with that. Daughters, perfect.
Yep.
Blaze of Corn, perfect. Super old.
Maybe even swap them with Sons.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because like Suns at least has a few models or one kit that's brand new, but it's half their range, right? And it's brand freaking new. It basically is the new army, but they let Man Crushers in, right? Yeah, no, I think that's right. Idneth really needs more models, but not necessarily more than Zeech needs a refresh. Yeah, because like we talked about this earlier, because if people are going into Zeech, they're going to be like, ugh, I love the idea of this army, but there's some models in here that are too ugly for me to even start this army. Whereas Idoneth, you got something to glom onto, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you have two players starting the game with Idoneth and Zeech respectively, like the Zeech players having a way worse time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're like,
In
oh god, I have to build how many of these?
Yeah, it's true.
Like you're buying stuff that you don't want.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can lean into the Arcanines are actually a new kit, and they're pretty cool. If you ever seen them, like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you ever seen them like painted up well, you're just like, oh shit, these are
they're really nice kits.
I think they've suffered from poor rules, which is kind of like it affects the way you look at the army in the past. It was always been about horrors. But yeah, no, I think I like where they are right now. And then here, one second before we imagine. I think goblins and orcs will need to merge. I don't think so. Goblins have the brute's boss, the ganglers. I mean, like, but no, I don't think so, because I don't even want, to be honest, I don't even want the orcs to stay merged. I want them in their own books. I think that because we've got three dwarf factions now in Age of Sigmar, and so like greenskins used to be orcs and goblins, right? And that includes trolls and squigs and different things like that, and spider riders. So I feel like they could be three factions. You can have swamp orcs, iron jaws, and gloomspite gits. Like, I think they're perfect as they are, personally. Hard disagree. Yeah, Ludivicus is with me. I mean, everyone's got their own thing. Like, I do. Part of me, like, the one thing I actually do want in Iron Jaws is I want squigs. I want more squigs. I want hair squigs. I want some kind of squigs. And we only got an anvil squig right now. And he's just like a token for like one named character. Anyway, that's another conversation. Okay, ogres obviously belong in Senile, as do fire slayers. It comes down to just the debate, though. I think we both agree that fire slayers is the top, and the chat was slightly more in favor. 2 more people voted for fire slayers.
I think it was 5-2.
Oh, 5-2?
7 votes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's our tier list, to be fair.
It is, yeah.
So
and you guys came here to watch us.
So what I'm saying is we should not have made it. But we didn't.
Yeah, asking the public's opinion was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Asking our like loyal and kind and awesome chat was a huge mistake. It's one of those things, like, I've done that before where I'm like, what do you think of this paint scheme versus this paint scheme, to a friend that you both of us know, right?
Yeah.
And then he told me, right? But I also asked, other people, and then I came to a decision on my own, and I went with what he didn't, like, not with what he said, right?
Yeah.
And then he saw them, and he was like, why did you even ask if you were gonna just do whatever you wanted anyway? And I was like, no, I'm getting people's opinions. It doesn't mean any one person's gonna get to rule my decision. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like saying, like, I asked like a ton of people. You were just one of like 12 people I asked, right? But like, yeah, it was like, but it does feel like that. It's like, I regret asking you now. Should not have asked. I don't know. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
We appreciate the chats. I want to go on the record. We do appreciate your input, okay? But we have to be our own men. We have to make our own decisions, right? We can't pawn it off on the chat at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Let's talk about this. Ogres. Let's pull up ogres real quick. Yep. Okay?
So objectively, ogres is the only army, I believe, that has resin models left.
Ooh. Okay.
Not only is that the case, but
Point
there's
ogres.
like 6 of them.
There's 6. Okay, let's count them out. Let's count the ways for ogres. Okay. So man-eaters, resin, right?
Yep.
1 second. I'm going down. More plastic. Yeti's resin for sure. Icebrow Hunter resin. Frost Sabers, are they resin?
Yep.
Okay, I thought so because they're really dumb looking. Slaughtermaster resin.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 5. Firebelly 6 for sure.
Yep.
I don't even need to ask.
Butcher.
The Butcher, 7, and that's it. So 7 freaking, not even models. We're talking kits. Okay.
Resin kits. Yeah.
That will be. That, to be fair, by the way, the Butcher, like some of this, the Firebelly is probably on his way out the door. Okay. Oh, you might have convinced me with that alone. Okay, but here counterpoint.
Yep.
How many kits do we have? Man-eaters, Blood Pelt, Ogre Gluttons. I'm not counting Kragnos. He's a god model. Tyrant on foot. 2 things of terrain, by the way. Putting that aside. Noblar Scrap Launcher plus the Iron Blaster is 1 kit, right? You've got the different Stonehorn kits, various and sundry Stonehorn kits, Yeti's kits, Icebrow Hunter can probably be merged with like a brute. What do you call it? With some kind of wizard. So like we'll just make him 1, okay? Just to be fair, to be like super fair. Frost Sabers have to be their own kit though. That's their own thing. And like some kind of other wizard, like a Slaughtermaster or a Firebelly, like that's fair. Put them in 10, I think. Lead Belchers 11, Noblars 12, Iron Guts 13, and then the Gorger Maw Pack. And I'm not counting the terrain, so that's like 13 kits that they have access to. Okay, kits. Okay, now we're gonna go over to Fire Slayers. It's funny that we're both like on, like I almost collected ogres, you know what I mean? And you've almost collected Skaven. So we're kind of similar, and neither one of us has almost collected Fire Slayers. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so you got the Fire Slayers, so you got the Auric Flamekeeper, you got like a crap ton of foot heroes. But like, so Magmadroth kit, right? I'm not gonna count Gotrek because he's a god model, basically, right? Auric Flamekeeper. 1 set of terrain, but I'm not talking about that. Doomseeker, Grimwrath Berserker hero. Hearthguard Berserker's kit is a mixed kit. So that's 1 kit with the Hearthguard, right? And then you've got the Berserkers, which is its own thing. And then another friggin' foot hero, Ruin Master. And then the Flame Seekers, Grimhold, Exile, and then so they've got like 7, 8 kits depending on how you want to do the math, compared to like 11 to 13 kits depending on how you want to do the math for. Again, it comes down to resculpt versus needing. Okay, but here, okay, I've got another point in against Fire Slayers or for them, depending on how you're doing the math. It's literally the Ideneth versus Disciples of Titsnitch argument, but down 1 tier. Okay? You're coming into the game. You're right. You're like, I'm all about order dwarves. Well, what about steampunk sky dwarves? And that's a little weird for me. I want some vanilla ass underground living dwarves. Okay? Just like the Disciples of Titsnitch, right? You look at the models and you're like, the only thing here that's even doable is the Magmadroth, and he's got 1 pose. There's basically 1 kit here for me. Maybe the Warcry Warband. Okay? Ogres, though, you've got the big Stonehorn, you've got the dudes riding the cavalry. You know, you like fat guys. So, you know, you got the Gorger Maw Pack. Like, there's some stuff there. Right? What do you think? Like, try to take your mind out of the fact that you love ogres and don't like dwarves, right? For me, I'm gonna go into ogres, and if I have to play Fire Slayers, even though like I'm actually maybe down to playing dwarves now, I'm just not gonna play this game. If all I have is Fire Slayers, I'm just not playing. But ogres, I could build monster trucks. I could do foot ogres and paint them awesome like you did.
Yeah, I think it's it's important to acknowledge that this is extremely close.
It's very close.
Yeah, it's not like we're saying one of these blows the other out of the water.
No. It's a matter of perspective.
I think I've kind of been
Flip-flopped?
persuaded to lean with the chat, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that
Okay,
ogres
okay.
should be top.
Okay. But do you hear what I'm saying, though? This is literally the disciples of Titsnitch versus Idnith argument. And we
But
made
there's
that. Yeah, okay.
The resin factor is the thing, though.
Okay,
right?
yeah, that's fair.
That's
Yeah,
a huge deal.
that's a huge deal. But deserve versus like what GW wants is also another thing.
Deserve versus what GW wants? What do you mean?
Like, so, like, Fire Slayers or like need, like, what do they need? Versus like, GW's like, we don't want any resin kits anymore in AoS. But is it really that big a deal?
Yeah, it sucks. I've made basically all of the resin heroes.
Yeah.
And I think I have made them all actually.
Okay.
And they're terrible to work with.
They are
And
terrible
they
to
look
work with.
they look terrible too. That like go to the butcher.
Yeah. He
Go to him.
is so ugly. He is so ugly.
And look at him. He looks like mine looks like he has brain damage. And he's
What do you mean mine? They all do. None of them look like they've survived.
like my
car
main gripe with
accident.
Fire Slayers is that they all look the same, but when you look at each individual one, you're like, yeah, it's just like a diaper dwarf, right?
That's true.
But there are some like heinous models in ogres that I painstakingly had to paint.
That's true. Like, for me though, okay, we this is your faction versus not my faction. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say you get the final say. So it seems like we're gonna put them in there. I'm just gonna pull up the butcher just to prove your point more than anything. God dang. Okay. But let me say one last thing. Okay. We come into it, right? And it's like, okay, I like dwarves. Let's say I'm a Fire Slayers guy and I'm an ogres guy, right? The Fire Slayers don't have enough where I would ever play them, whereas the ogres have enough cool models that I would play them. It's the same thing with Titsnitch versus Idnith. You know what I mean? But the Yeti are rough. They are super rough. But you don't have to play them, though. That's what I'm saying. You can just play all monster trucks. You can play all Mournfang. You can play all regular ogres, right?
The monster trucks have the same problem you described, though. They're all in the same pose.
That's true.
With magma drops.
But
right?
that's true. But Magma Droth is just one mount, whereas the Thunder Tusks and Stonehorn are two different mounts, right? Like we can all tell the difference between a Stonehorn versus a Thunder Tusk. One is like a woolly mammoth, and the other is like some kind of giant moose monster of some kind. I don't know, but like I can describe those two both to you. I have no foggy idea what the difference is between any of the Magma Droths. No idea at all. Like, I would be happy to play all Stonehorns and Thunder Tusks. Super unhappy to play just Magma Droths. But it could be a dwarf bias thing too.
Here's my counterpoint.
Okay. I like how much we're arguing about this though. By the way.
You're saying that ogres has enough that like it would convince you to play, right?
I would play ogres because I could play foot ogres. I could play engorgers and stuff like that, or I could play monster trucks and Mournfang, and I'd be super happy.
Yeah. So Fire Slayers needs such a big refresh and range expansion
Yeah,
that it will functionally become a different army.
exactly.
So we're not arguing that Fire Slayers needs to be up because there's nothing there is what I'm arguing now.
Okay.
Is that
You're
with ogres,
saying
it's like,
just saying like just throw out the whole army and go back to the drawing board.
just make a new
Like
army.
don't even consider them part of like don't even consider them an army at this point. Right.
what I'm saying is like it's not
Like, your statement convinced me that Fire Slayers need it more. Your statement's like, yeah, like they're nothing. They suck. They're so bad. They need it so bad. They need to become a different army.
That's exactly what I'm saying though, because
Yeah.
it's like it's just how you look at it. It's like there's enough for ogres there that people can identify with it still and want more, but that doesn't even exist for Fire Slayers.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we're just looking at it differently.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at it like I'm coming in. Okay, I can play one or the other based on what they have. Like Fire Slayers are like the extreme version of Idnith, where they have so little in variety, and what they have also sucks. So I'm just like that's where I'm just like, God dang, like this is so bad. You know, like I couldn't even think about playing them. If they refresh them though, if they make them like a general dwarf faction with a bunch of cool artillery and like they design like the foot heroes well, like, oh man, I'd be down for that, you know? But I'm looking at this friggin' whatever this thing is on the screen right now. God dang it. It's creative, I guess. Jesus. My God. Oh man. You know what? At the end of the day, I actually go. By the way, I think we might have pissed off a lot of Fire Slayers players. They're like, they're not that bad.
You want to just flip a coin?
No, I think we should. I think we should go with the chat at the end of the day.
Okay.
It's like it's a perspective thing.
Yep.
It's a perspective thing, and it's like, and I don't think. Also, it's your main faction. And so, like, I would give it to you on that alone. And then there's also the chat. The chat voted. And I don't want to go to the chat unless we're going to put their input in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I should have kiboshed it before, but we went there. But, like, at the end of the day, it's your faction. Your faction is involved. And so I like to give it it's like, what do the people want? You know what I mean? It's too bad. Like in a perfect world, you play Fire Slayers and ogres, and you can look at it totally objectively. But
yeah, but instead, I play ogres and hate Fire Slayers.
Exactly, it's the opposite. It's your favorite faction and your least favorite faction.
Probably least favorite faction. Yeah.
I mean, they are for me too. There's definitely a world though where like they make a really badass, dope,
100%
dwarf faction that I could get into. You
Yeah.
know, like. I liked dwarves back in the day. I liked dwarves and elves. I liked most stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually had what are they called? Chaos Dwarves. I had the book, but I don't think I had any of the models. I don't remember, but yeah. So, what do you guys think? The Yeti are rough. They are super rough. I wouldn't buy another resin AoS kit. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, like, but like the way that they're making the new resin kits though is very different. Like they've made some old world resin kits that are actually pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like they go together well because they're designed to be put together with super glue. But yeah, in an ideal world, none of us ever touches resin ever again. The fact that you can build 6 different units out of one Stonehorn kit is actually off-putting to me. Too much pressure to magnetize. I don't disagree with that, but that's not really like, you know, that's like that sucks in a world where you're just having one of them. Yes, to redesign Fire Slayers, make them the new dwarves of our dreams. Yes, you pissed off all the 2 Fire Slayers players. I didn't say that. Christopher did. Fire Slayers for the win. Fire Slayers are like the popular last place podium meme celebration. Yeah, I don't disagree. But at the end of the day, Carbson makes the choice, and you guys didn't vote. You didn't vote for ogres, so here we are. That's what it is. A very different looking tier this week. You know, it looks different, but I don't know. I think we got there in the end. I like it.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take off. What is it? Oh, no, I did remove it. And so I just need to like save it now, right? Unsaved changes. Save. Yeah. Save. Okay. Hopefully that saved. Yeah. Awesome. Well, not too much to add. Anything going on anytime soon?
Don't think so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. See you next week.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone for hanging out. Love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.